points, poorest regions and epidemics epicenters. International organizations carry out their activities in parts of the world where they are critical for people. They unite countries and continents, save millions of lives and solve global problems. Watch more on this in Kazakhstan International Vectors.
The number of terroristic groups continues growing, say the leaders of the CSTO countries. It is a fact that the so-called Islamic State is a real problem. The crop yield of opium poppy raised by almost 20%. Experts are concerned about the increase in drug traffic. How did the CSTO react to this problem? For instance, trainings focused on the prevention of illegal drug traffic are underway. Down. Sit. Stay. Come. In this canine center, dogs are also taught to some unusual commands, as they're expected to fulfill a serious and responsible work based on finding criminals.
Yes!
A dog's race allows to determine what service it is more suitable for. Thus, bloodhounds should have a nice sense of smell, capable of great endurance, and be able to concentrate its attention on a concrete thing. In most cases, the preference is given to Belgian and German Shepherds, as well as Labrador dogs, says Marat Tleukeev. One of the departments in our canine center specializes only in keeping of purebred animals. We deliver puppies from abroad. Mainly they are taken from Germany, France, the US and Austria. They adapt to our environment in a short time, and as soon as they grow up, we send them for service. These dogs help in tracking of criminals and operational procedures throughout Kazakhstan. What crimes do dogs help to solve and what organization is called the Security Garda? Coming up next. Preventing conflicts, arms controls and safety insurance. These are the three main tasks of many international organizations which maintain the peace on our planet. The United Nations organization is the largest one. It carries out its activities through the offices of regional partners. For example, Collective Security Organization covers the territory of Central Asian countries and Russia. The Collective Security Treaty Organization is an international regional association. Its main objective is ensuring security in its member countries, in particular in Kazakhstan, Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Belarus, Armenia and Tajikistan. Its headquarters is located in Moscow, Russia. The organization performs various types of activities. However, everything is based on ensuring security against traditional military threats, as well as against new types of safety threats. Principal issues related to the implementation of the organization's goals and tasks are solved by the association's supreme body, the Collective Security Council. The mechanism of CSTO never switches automatically. It implies solving issues by all its members when decisions are made by all the member countries. The CSTO guarantees security for all its member states, the experts say. For example, the organization's members will regard an attack against one of them as a common threat and eliminate it together. The goal of this organization is ensuring security of its member countries and resisting external aggression. This year, the CSTO countries put an emphasis on increasing border security. The reason for that have become so-called new threats, the experts say. There is a conditional term, new threats, which means threats posed by non-governmental factors in international relations. For comparison, we know that traditional threats are coming from intergovernmental relations, and the new threats are associated with non-governmental factors such as terroristic groups, illegal paramilitary forces or rebel groups. 6 years ago, the leaders of the CSTO countries approved the formation of collective rapid deployment forces, totaling nearly 20,000 people. Their mission is to counter military aggressions, carry out special operations against international terrorism and drug traffic, as well as eliminating effects of emergency situations.
сформированы силы быстрого реагирования, сформированы силы.
The collective rapid deployment forces have been formed. These forces will be used in case of various conflicts. Besides drug search, here dogs are taught many other things, Murat Kleokeev notes. For instance, they are trained to detect undeclared currency. The record sum of money found by his pets is $40,000. These dogs will be also actively used before various significant events. Our dogs search explosive before the beginning of important events, such as summits, meeting of high officials and heads of states. In order to do that, they undergo special training. How does the CSTO prevent international drug trafficking, and what threats do cybercrimes pose nowadays? Coming up next. In 1992, in Tashkent, the heads of Kazakhstan, Russia, Armenia, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan signed the first collective security treaty. 1 year later, 3 more states, Belarus, Georgia and Azerbaijan, joined them. The document came into effect after its ratification in 1994. Because of that, in the late 90s, when the question was whether to prolong this treaty or not, some states, such as Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan, declared about the withdrawal from this agreement. In 2002, during the session of the collective security members in Moscow, it was decided to establish a full-scale international association, the CSTO. At the same time, the statute and the agreement on the organization's legal status were signed. These documents entered into force 1 year later. Beginning from the 2000s till present time, a gradual and comparatively slow institutionalization of relations could be observed. That is to say, structures formed within the framework of this organization. Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria and Pakistan now hold leading positions in the Global Terrorism Index. All the world community is concerned about the situation in these countries. The CSTO experts note that extremist groups are already expanding their geography to the Caucasus, Central Asia and Europe. Militants of the Islamic State can penetrate into our region or in Russia through Afghanistan. Currently, many experts say about the deteriorating situation on the border between Tajikistan and Afghanistan, as well as between Turkmenistan and Afghanistan, where military activities take place. Annually, the CSTO states launch anti-terroristic trainings. In August 2014, they were held in Kazakhstan. Later trainings of the CSTO peacekeeping forces, Unbreakable Brotherhood, took place in Kyrgyzstan. This year, the organization's forces also proved their fighting efficiency in Tajikistan. During these trainings, it is necessary that each member country would give its battalion. For example, Russia gives 3, Kazakhstan 2, and other countries 1 battalion each. All that is needed for coordinated activities in various emergency situations. In December 2014, the CSTO adopted the anti-terroristic strategy for its member countries until 2020. Along with that, the organization has been implementing the counter-narcotics project Channel Patrol for several years. This is an international anti-drug operation initiated by the CSTO. In May 2015, it was carried out in Kyrgyzstan with the participation of more than 21,000 workers of customs, frontier and special services, as well as the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Channel Patrol is quite a successful project. Its name tells us that it is aimed at the prevention of drug traffic and confiscation of drugs. It is based on the border control and information exchange between member countries. As a result of an anti-drug operation carried out by the CSTO, more than 1.5 tons of drugs were confiscated in Kyrgyzstan. In particular, approximately 130 kilograms of marijuana, almost 1 ton of heroin, more than 100 kilograms of synthetic drugs, and almost 2.5 tons of so-called precursors. Cybercrimes are another very serious threat of our days. Fighting some of them requires significant financial contributions. According to international experts, in some cases it is enough to have a computer and access to the internet. Such crimes include cyber attacks on bank accounts, intervening in maintenance of uranium mining facilities, and cracking of secret military data. The development of proxy program has become the answer of the CSTO to this danger. This project is focused on ensuring information security. It is based on the cooperation between member countries in the sphere of information integrity, integrated circuits, their protection, and so on. In addition, this program helped to reveal more than 8,500 websites involved in selling of narcotic substances. In some cases, there were illegal immigrants who played the role of traffickers. In the meantime, the CSTO member countries have been maintaining an operation named Illegal Immigrant. Only last year, more than 159,000 violations of the migration legislation were detected and more than 23,000 people were deported from the organization's member states. Currently, the Canine Center prepares dogs for combined competitions among customs dog trainers. The next contest is scheduled to take place next year, and its participants will be specialists from CIS countries. This year, a representative from Kyrgyzstan became their winner. Dog experts from Kazakhstan are now actively preparing for the contest in 2016 and intend to win the golden medal. Along with that, several masterclasses with foreign partners are also to be held in the near future. We have a lot of prospects. For example, soon we are going to invite our colleagues from neighbor countries, arrange masterclasses and exchange our experiences. We also want them to become familiar with our system and our work in general. We put emphasis on training dogs in a professional manner in order to enable them to work for the benefit of such institutions as the Ministry of Internal Affairs, military police or frontier services. We also want to prepare highly skilled dog trainers. The CSTO has been cooperating with the International Committee of Red Cross for several years. Through joint work, the organizations established the regulatory environment and working group for the development and implementation of joint humanitarian projects. The development of several projects with other international companies is also underway. It is not a cooperation based on the development of some joint projects. It is rather a discussion of main growth directions, such as, for example, dialogue platforms. There is also cooperation with the Conference on Interaction and Confidence-Building Measures in Asia. The draft law allowing the CSTO members to acquire equipment for rescue and military forces at cost price is now under consideration. The equipment consists of helicopters, firefighting and alerting systems and so on. Therefore, it gives Kazakhstan a chance to save much budgetary funds on purchasing of such things. Benefits, in particular tangible benefits, imply staff training, arms procurement, cooperation between the organization's member countries and cooperation between these states in the form of trainings and events like these. The association also cooperates with the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. For instance, the CSTO and the OSCE are going to cooperate in the area of illegal drug trafficking. Doberman Pinscher Sauer has been recognized as the world's best bloodhound. In 1925, in South Africa, this dog found a thief at a distance of 160 kilometers. Another dog with an ideal sense of smell was lost 2 years ago in the American state of Indiana, where its owners were spending their holidays. 6 months later, the animal returned home, covering a distance of about 3,500 kilometers.